In Primo Levi, A Life, award-winning English author Ian Thomson presents an in-depth biography of the celebrated Italian Jewish writer and chemist, whose works have become foundational to modern European literature. Published by Picador in the United States in 2002, the book benefits from Thomson's exclusive access to Levi's personal archives, including a wealth of correspondence, as well as interviews with those closest to him. The result is not only a portrait of the man and his art, but also an exploration of the mythos surrounding him as a Holocaust survivor, writer, and unique literary figure. In the preface, Thomson states that his aim was to craft a biography that transcended traditional formats, capturing the full complexity of Levi's character, his talents, charm, and flaws. Acknowledging that much of Levi's work was autobiographical, Thomson sought not to merely retell Levi's stories, but to uncover the truth behind his words, the motivations that drove the events in his life, the key figures involved, and the profound impact these had on both the man and the artist. Thomson's unique position as someone who interviewed Levi also enriches the narrative. In 1986, the two met at Levi's home in Italy, where, as Thomson notes, Levi was regarded as a national treasure. Their conversation proved pivotal, inspiring Thomson to pursue this biography, especially after Levi's tragic death just 9 months later. The book opens with the heartbreaking news of Levi's death on April 11, 1987, when he was found at the bottom of a 3-story stairwell. Rumors of suicide quickly spread, and though homicide was ruled out, the courts concluded that Levi had indeed taken his own life. The biography then shifts back in time, beginning with a look at the Levi family from 1819 to 1919, before Primo's birth. Despite Levi's literary portrayal of his family as eccentric and intellectual, the Levis were actually bankers, and a family scandal ultimately threatened their standing in Italian society. By the time Primo was born to Cesare and Rina Levi in Turin in 1919, the secrets of the past were buried, and he grew up in a modest yet educated liberal household. His sister, Anna Maria, followed 2 years later, and the pair remained close throughout their lives. Levi's exceptional intelligence became apparent early on, as he began school a year ahead of his peers. Levi's intellect and curiosity place him among the brightest students, and although he excels academically, he is an anxious child. Despite Mussolini's oppressive regime, a surprisingly liberal atmosphere allows Levi to pursue his passion for chemistry all the way to university. However, in 1938, the passing of the discriminatory Italian racial laws strips Jews of nearly all their civil rights. Nevertheless, Levi manages to secure an advisor for his senior thesis and graduates. When World War II erupts, Levi joins an Italian resistance movement. After his capture by the authorities, he confesses his Jewish heritage in an attempt to avoid execution for his partisan activities. His gambit succeeds, though he is first sent to an internment camp and later to Auschwitz. There, he avoids grueling labor by securing a position in a rubber factory. When the camp is liberated by the Russians, Levi is suffering from scarlet fever, and the illness ironically saves his life, as it prevents him from being forced on a death march. After a long recovery, it takes him nearly 10 months to return to Turin, where he spends the rest of his life. Once back, he begins to share his harrowing experiences in the death camps. He also takes a job at a paint factory, all while working on his first book, If This Is a Man, published in the US as Survival in Auschwitz, a memoir chronicling his wartime resistance and subsequent imprisonment. Just before the book is published, he marries his longtime love, Lucia, and soon after leaves the paint factory to open a chemical consultancy with a friend. His work takes him back to Germany, bringing painful memories of his time there. Levi and Lucia have a son and a daughter. It takes years before If This Is a Man gains widespread recognition. In the interim, Levi continues to write. In 1963, he publishes another memoir, The Truce, US titled The Reawakening, followed by volumes of short stories, poems, essays, and 2 novels. By the time of his death in 1987, both scholars and general readers consider him the author of some of humanity's most essential works. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.